inside the transgender empire. During the Cold War, the richest clans of the planet pursued a policy of anti-collectivization, anti-nationalization, for privatization, personal freedom, and human rights, as opposed to their opponents. One of the goals of the wealthiest people in the world is to limit the world population to 2.5 billion, the so-called theory of the golden billion. Due to global natural resources that can support just as much as 2.5 billion population only. The term golden billion refers to the approximately 1 billion individuals in the world who are considered economically prosperous and living in developed countries. The rest of the world mean to live and serve the golden billion. This concept is often used in discussions about global inequality, wealth distribution, and the disparity between affluent and impoverished populations. There are two ways to achieve this goal. One is extinction by stopping human reproduction, and the second is annihilation by means of war, diseases, famine, disasters, pandemics, created by nature or by human, etc. They support the fragmentation of countries, administrative entities into smaller ones, as well as the fragmentation of society into individual entities, the separation by race, nationality, culture, religion, the replacement of live communication between people by that through the internet, the alienation of people from all types of property, movable property, and real estate, bank accounts, etc., which can be taken away by a single switch off of power or internet disconnection, in order to weaken the resistance and unity of their opponents, thus implementing the ancient principle of divide and rule. Thus far they sponsored wars, transgenderism, gays, lesbians, queers, terrorist movements, sexual deviation behavior, social networking, as well as other activities that does not lead to human reproduction, but bringing fabulous profits to investors at the same time. Transgender is an umbrella term for persons whose gender identity, gender expression, or behavior does not conform to that typically associated with the sex to which they were assigned at birth. Currently, this concept is broader than just identifying or transforming a person of one sex into another, but also includes the identification of man with animals, nature, fantasy creatures, inanimate objects, and so on and the like, in short, with whatever one wants. Based on a talk delivered by Christopher F. Rufo on September 12, 2023, at the Alan P. Kirby Jr. Center for Constitutional Studies and Citizenship on Hillsdale's Washington, D.C. campus, as part of the AWC Family Foundation lecture series. The transgender movement is pressing its agenda everywhere. Most publicly, activist teachers are using classrooms to propagandize on its behalf, and activist health professionals are promoting the mutilation of children under the euphemistic banner of gender affirming care. The sudden and pervasive rise of this movement provokes two questions. Where did it come from? And how has it proved so successful? The story goes deeper than most Americans know. In the late 1980s, a group of academics, including Judith Butler, Gail Rubin, Sandy Stone, and Susan Stryker, established the disciplines of queer theory and transgender studies. These academics believed gender to be a social construct used to oppress racial and sexual minorities, and they denounced the traditional categories of man and woman as a false binary that was conceived to support the system of heteronormativity, i.e. the white, male, heterosexual power structure. This system, they argued, had to be ruthlessly deconstructed, and the best way to achieve this, they argued further, was to promote transgenderism. If men can become women and women men, they believed, the natural structure of creation could be toppled. PrinceSS 2024.